Okay, again, we're going for the straight out look. We can always go over it and over it and over it and over it and over it with my eyeliner because that was the modus operandi. So, long story longer, I got to know this promoter. Probably because I went there one time and, got him, first time impressions or everything, I guess. And it helped because not only this guy was like totally adorable, his name was Kiko. And he was so cute. And he was so nice. So automatically I knew, this is one of the rare places where drag queens were, I don't want to say a novelty, but he was had a very, drag friendly attitude. He loved me to death. And as did I, because this was a very popular club. I mean, it was, like I said, the lines were around the block, and it was, oh, and also I forgot to tell you, it was an strictly after hours club. So in other words, it wasn't popping until 2 in the morning. Can you believe that? It was exclusively after hours, which was also kind of bizarre. Well, I guess not, but like not being open and not being able to serve liquor by design. This one's too high. Was weird because I mean, I guess everyone was expected to be sufficiently, I don't know, happy by the time they arrived at Does Your Mama Know? And so they didn't see the need for being able to drink more and more and more and more and more and more, like they were earlier in the evening. I don't want to say it was a sober place, but it was a place. And to be honest with you guys, a lot of these places, I'm so sorry for this. A lot of these places, I don't know, like I said, it didn't really matter because you were such an oddity for even being there that then I started to become quite welcome there. So now, so it's all over the parking, it's around the block. But long story longer, Sean started to be able to just fly up the stairs. Now, the line was around the parking. I mean, like I said, all the way over the parking lot. But there was this like steep staircase to get up into, I keep calling it Frascati's, because that's what it was. My mom loved Frascati's before I was born, whatever, who cares. So, please don't be grossed out if I lick my sticks. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Could have been misconstrued. Anyway, so it became a regular occurrence for me to go to, there I go again, go to Frascati's, go to Does Your Mama Know? And to fly up those stairs and go straight into the club. Why? Because Kiko was right there, as I said. So many of them were at the door. I mean, I guess I don't want to say it was Studio 54, but I'm not a club promoter, but maybe you kind of had to be there for the A-listers or to let novelty cases like me in. So I'm there. Now I'm allowed, I don't need that anyway, excuse me. Now I'm allowed anytime I want. So now I'm going, I mean, it wasn't so great that I was there like all the time, but it was kind of my go-to place. It became my go-to place for after hours because Sean liked to party well into the evening. That's why, like I said last night, I was always game for an after hours cocktail party. For lack of a better word, I wouldn't call them cocktail parties, but that's what I called them yesterday. So whatever. So so this became a thing. So I'm going there and I'm going there and I'm going there and I'm going there. And here's one interesting night. First of all, every like guy, you know, I don't know, there, well, no, I mean, I shouldn't say guy, I mean couple, every couple there, was probably wondering, like, what the hell is he or she or he or whatever, they weren't too politically correct back then, but what in the hell is he doing flying up these stairs, being allowed to into this place all the time and chatting with this cute smiley guy who is just basically letting him in carte blanche because hello, there's 16 million people waiting in line and half of them were standing on staircases or on the stairwell, big staircase. So then it's like, you know, doubly awkward. Well, I wasn't prone to feeling awkward, but again, this is such an approximation, you guys, because normally what I would do over the eyes is not this. I used to use, as I mentioned last night, is a chrome theatrical makeup. I guess you could call it shadow, because I wanted like chrome eyes. So I wanted them to be literally so shiny. Like imagine this glitter, but times like a jillion. And so anyway, whatever. So I'm going here regularly and good God, I don't even know how I managed to pee because I was so like, I mean, I don't know, when you walk in to a men's room as a complete drag queen in a straight club, it's kind of weird to them. And we can all imagine why, right? Who couldn't? That'd be weird to me. What would that be like in a gay club? I don't know. What would be the equivalent, right? Walking in, who would be walking in? Who would, like Nancy Reagan? I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, now it's this regular occurrence. The club is so dark, you guys, that it's like you can kind of see, but kind of not so well. But, you know, your eyes get accustomed, and so I don't know, you could see, but it was like a hell of a lot darker than other. Again, this does not apply like it's supposed to because it's not the body paint that you have so much more control over. But you're just, oh, I'm sorry if I'm covering you guys. You're just really looking at procedure here. You're not really supposed to focus on anything else. Okay, so I'm going there and I'm going there, and guess what? First of all, okay, let's start with the weird friggin' part. As if, well, I don't know if you find this weird or not, but because okay, here's the friggin' weird part. I was at the bar, you know, juice bar, because like I said, it started at 2 in the morning, so it was like, what could you do? But, you know, all you could do, especially in that lighting or that, it wasn't cramped, but kind of it was, because the restaurant kind of sprawled. So there was like I think sometimes there was like even some tacky band playing on the other side. It was like ranch style establishment or whatever, and so so hard to blend glitter, you guys. It's like ridiculous. Um, so anyway, so I was, of course, very prone to dancing by myself because who the hell is going to dance with me? So I'm dancing and dancing, and like I said, then I'm sitting at the bar, right? Okay, so I'm sitting at the bar, and a surprisingly younger dude, which you'll understand in a minute what's unusual about it. I don't know, I guess it shouldn't be unusual, but to me it was pretty friggin' unusual. Okay, so this guy, he was actually sitting there when I sat down. And he is very friendly in kind of like a very demure way, but he was no angel, I could tell that much. Cute, not that it matters, just I suppose, for lack of better words, putting it into cultural context, if that is, I don't know, it's kind of stupid. But anyway, there's this really adorable Latino. And there are plenty of those out there, guys. Trust me. Unless you already know that. But anyway, so he was one of them. And so he starts chatting me up for like a while, right? Because after hours clubs, basically, as a rule, just close at sunrise. You know, y'all are supposed to leave. Y'all are supposed to know that. And you do it. Because Kiko says you do it. No. I swear if I wanted to stay there like longer, Kiko would have let me do it. So anyway, I am there at the bar with this dude. And so after talking for a while, you're not going to believe it. Well, I mean, to me, it was really friggin' like unbelievable. And I'd been around the block a few times, right? This dude propositions me for sex work. Now, everybody in the club is real cis, right? I'm sorry. I mean, what does that even mean? But the scene was real cis. So, but this guy was kind of soft-spoken. Now, that doesn't make him gay, of course, but he was not really typical of who was in there. I mean, he just wasn't. There was like well, he didn't have a girl there, and I don't know, whatever. It was just the vibe, you know, that I picked up on like right away, but boy, did I not expect that at all. And I'm not going to like give him a damn number or whatever. And he was so sweet about it, and he took so long to like bring it up or whatever. I could tell he had been working on it for a while to like, I don't know, bring up or whatever. And so I basically was like really super polite about it. And I don't know if I like changed the subject or something, or I probably laughed it off basically and just said, no, I'm not a sex worker. I'm not here for that. So that's probably what I did. And he didn't, I mean, being who I described kind of like the guy was, he didn't like, oh, you know, get up in a huff or whatever and leave. He just, it was kind of like strike one for the evening, or I don't know, strike four. Well, no, there was no other drag queens. As I said, was my MO, go where the drag queens are not. And yes, so that is what I did. So now I'm out of, well, I was gonna say I'm out of the frying pan and into the fire, but I'm like not, because the next one is a really good one. So one of those many evenings, I know, it's so gross. One of those many evenings, I'm standing in front of that same bar and I'm grooving. I'm not dancing, but I'm like right on the edge.